Jerami Grant, OKC Thunder, photos by Mark Sobhani, NBAE via Getty Images. The result won't leave you smiling, but there were a myriad of positives to pull from the OKC Thunder loss to the San Antonio Spurs. Hence, this version of the key takeaways features more than our typical fare of 3 insights. Although I'm a bit biased, this game was easily the most intense and exciting game of the NBA season. It offered a bit of everything between career bests, crazy stats, and double overtime. Unfortunately, it also was extremely frustrating given the OKC Thunder couldn't seem to get one call to go their way. More on this later. The Spurs entered having played the night prior and with a 1-5 record on second games of back-to-back sets. Yet, it was San Antonio who looked like the rested squad in the early going. Not to mention their legs clearly showed no ill effects from the loss in Memphis, as San Antonio went on an absolutely insane 10 for 10 from deep in the early going. This torrid perimeter shooting continued as San Antonio hit their first 14 threes without missing. One of the best points made regarding the Spurs came from guys on Inside the NBA, who noted the Spurs don't just jack up threes. Rather, their reserve players like Mark Sobhani and Davis Bertans take those shots because they are adept at making them. It's likely why the Spurs boast the best perimeter efficiency but rank dead last in attempts per game, 24.2, and 24th in makes, 9.8 per game. The frustrating part of the first half was the Thunder didn't push the pace or attack the Spurs. Even Greg Popovich, who made history of his own, stated the Spurs' priority was transition defense. Why? Because of concerns on how fast the Thunder pace would be. Alternatively, OKC instead of defending the perimeter chose to concentrate on transition and paint defense. A miscalculation by Billy Donovan or the team not executing to the game plan, I'm not sure which. In spite of everything that went wrong early, the brutal whistle late and the insanely accurate perimeter shooting of San Antonio, the OKC Thunder battled back, pushing the game into overtime in what was, at least for this scribe, the most enjoyable and exciting game of the year. With that, let's dive into the takeaways. Next, history in the making. Page 2. Use your arrows to browse as San Antonio Spurs huddle up against OKC Thunder. Photos by Mark Sobhani, NBAE via Getty Images. This game served up multiple records and career first for players and the teams. For the Spurs, it was the perimeter shooting, Pops and LaMarcus Aldridge who made history. San Antonio, threes, Aldridge and Pops set new marks. The Spurs ended up connecting on 16 of their 19 perimeter attempts, or 84%, which is the highest three-point percentage in NBA history. Minimum 15 makes. Asterisk, courtesy of Inside the NBA. At night, and fans witnessed Aldridge cradling the ball as he left the court, likely to keep as a souvenir. The irony was this win pushed Greg Popovich into third all-time for wins as a coach. Consequently, it was the most Spurs points ever scored by in the Pop era. Aldridge was the first Spurs player to score over 50 points since Tony Parker did it over 10 years ago in 2008. His 56 points are the third most in Spurs history. It was Aldridge's first 50-point game of his career. For as much as LaMarcus Aldridge was on fire, the same could not be said of DeMar DeRozan, who Paul George and Terrence Ferguson did a stellar job defending. DeRozan has always had issues with a taller defender, and tonight proved to be no different. Next, have the Thunder unleashed another